Richard Tiffany Gere was born on August 31st, 1949, in Philadelphia, but the rhythm of his childhood played out in the quiet town of Syracuse, New York. It was a modest place, the kind where everyone knew each other, and the local movie theater called Hollywood felt like a window into another universe. His father, Homer George Gere, worked as an insurance agent, yet neighbors often saw him as something closer to a counselor or community guide. His mother, Doris Ann, filled their home with warmth and music. Growing up in a family of 5 children, Richard learned early how to share attention and space. He was talented and curious, playing several instruments and excelling in gymnastics. Yet even as a teenager, he carried a sense of restlessness. Life in a small town was comforting, but it also sparked questions inside him about purpose, identity, and the wider world beyond the streets he knew. A curious mind, searching for meaning. When Gere graduated from North Syracuse Central High School in 1967, he received a gymnastics scholarship to the University of Massachusetts Amherst. Instead of choosing a practical field, he gravitated toward philosophy. The subject fascinated him because it asked the questions he had quietly been carrying for years. What gives life meaning? What does it mean to truly exist? Books by philosophers filled his dorm room, and he often found himself reflecting more on life than on career plans. Despite his academic promise, college began to feel limiting rather than inspiring. After 2 years, Gere made a bold choice. He left the university without finishing his degree. It wasn't a reckless decision, but a deeply personal one. He wanted to explore the world, follow his curiosity, and try acting, something that allowed him to step into different perspectives and emotions. That leap into uncertainty would shape the rest of his life. Discovering acting in the early stage years. In 1969, Gere moved to New York City, a place alive with creativity and opportunity, but also intense competition. His early years as an actor were far from glamorous. He performed in theater productions, worked small roles, and often struggled to make ends meet. Sometimes he slept in his car between auditions, yet those experiences strengthened his commitment to the craft. One of his early breakthroughs came when he appeared in the London stage production of Grease in the early 1970s. The role brought attention and showed that he had both charisma and depth as a performer. Even at that stage, however, Gere seemed different from many actors chasing fame. He was just as interested in personal growth as professional success. Acting gave him a creative outlet, but his deeper search for meaning continued quietly alongside his rising career. A spiritual journey that changed his perspective. During his early 20s, Gere discovered Buddhist teachings, which introduced him to meditation and a different way of looking at life. He began practicing regularly and studying with respected teachers. In 1978, a trip to Nepal proved especially meaningful. There, he encountered Tibetan monks and eventually met the Dalai Lama. The meeting left a lasting impression. The calm wisdom he experienced during that time helped him understand emotions, compassion, and responsibility in new ways. For Gere, Buddhism wasn't a temporary interest. It became a guiding philosophy. Meditation became part of his daily routine, offering balance amid the unpredictability of an acting career. This spiritual grounding would later influence many of the choices he made, including the causes he supported and the projects he accepted. While his professional life would soon become very public, his inner journey remained deeply personal. The breakthrough that turned him into a star. By the late 1970s and early 1980s, Gere's film career began gaining serious momentum. Roles in movies like Looking for Mr. Goodbar and Days of Heaven showcased his acting ability, but it was American Gigolo in 1980 that truly launched him into global fame. The film introduced audiences to his magnetic screen presence and instantly made him one of Hollywood's most talked-about leading men. 2 years later, An Officer and a Gentleman strengthened that reputation and became a massive box office success. Suddenly, Gere was not only a respected actor, but also a symbol of charm and romance on screen. Magazine covers, interviews, and major film offers followed. Yet while the public saw glamour and success, Gere quietly continued his spiritual practice. Fame, he often reflected later, was exciting but also confusing, because it didn't answer the deeper questions he had always been asking. A career reinvented through meaningful roles. Although Gere had already achieved international fame, he continued seeking roles that challenged him creatively. One of his standout performances came in the musical film Chicago in 2002, where he played the charismatic lawyer Billy Flynn. The role required him to sing and dance, demonstrating a side of his talent audiences had rarely seen. The film's success reminded critics and fans alike that Gere remained a versatile performer, capable of surprising audiences. In the years that followed, he appeared in projects that prioritized storytelling over spectacle. Films like Arbitrage allowed him to explore complex characters and emotional depth. Rather than trying to maintain a certain image, Gere seemed more interested in telling meaningful stories. That approach reflected the same values guiding his life beyond the screen. Finding love again and building a family. In his mid-60s, Gere met Alejandra Silva, a Spanish publicist and activist. Despite the significant age difference, they discovered shared values and a deep understanding of each other's perspectives on life. Their relationship grew steadily, built on mutual respect and a commitment to humanitarian causes. The couple married in 2018 and soon welcomed 2 sons, Alexander and James. Becoming a father again later in life brought a profound sense of gratitude to Gere. He often spoke about how raising young children encouraged him to stay present and appreciate simple moments. Instead of viewing age as a limitation, he saw it as an opportunity to bring patience and perspective to fatherhood. Family life became the center of his world, reminding him that personal happiness often comes from ordinary experiences rather than public achievements. A new chapter living in Spain. In recent years, Gere and his family decided to spend significant time in Spain, where Alejandra's roots and extended family are based. The change of environment offered a quieter lifestyle compared to the constant spotlight of Hollywood. Living in Madrid allowed Gere to focus on family, culture, and daily routines that felt more grounded. He enjoyed walking through local neighborhoods, visiting markets, and spending time outdoors with his children. The slower pace gave him space to reflect on the long journey he had traveled, from a curious teenager in Syracuse to an internationally recognized actor and humanitarian. For Gere, this stage of life was less about career milestones and more about meaningful living. Spain provided a setting where he could embrace that balance. Legacy, values, and a life of purpose today. Richard Gere's legacy extends far beyond the roles that first made him famous. Over the decades, he has supported humanitarian work, cultural initiatives, and charitable organizations that aim to improve lives around the world. While his films remain beloved by audiences, he often speaks about how compassion and service bring deeper fulfillment than awards or recognition. Gere has expressed hope that his children will grow up understanding the importance of empathy and responsibility. His journey shows that success can evolve over time, from professional achievement to personal purpose. Looking back on his life, Gere often emphasizes the importance of staying true to one's values and appreciating the people who share life's journey, the meaning behind a remarkable journey. Richard Gere's story is ultimately about growth. From a small-town childhood to international fame, and from searching for answers to building a peaceful family life, his path has been shaped by curiosity, compassion, and reflection. Acting gave him a platform, but his deeper interests gave his life direction. Through changing careers, relationships, and locations, he continued seeking what truly matters: connection, kindness, and understanding. His journey reminds us that success is not only measured by public recognition, but but also by the quality of our relationships and the purpose we find in everyday life. In the end, Gere's legacy is not just about the characters he played on screen, but about the values he carried off screen, showing that a meaningful life is built through presence, care, and the courage to follow one's beliefs.